What is up, dudes and lady dudes? Welcome back to Just Nuts, guys. Today, we've got some cards to go over. Now, I know these came out late last night, so you might have already seen them, but I wanted to give a quick little review on them just because I do like to give you guys videos every time new cards get revealed, so I didn't want to just skip these just because I had a tough day. I was doing stuff all day, and then I actually just finished struggling in the bathroom. I literally just vomited, like for no reason, pretty much. Just, I guess I ate something, got some kind of stomach bug, but I feel better now. I got it out of my system, and I want to get this video out. So, without further ado, without talking about my gross night, let's get into what we've got in front of us. So, we are looking at our first monster here for Dragunities. We've got Dragunity Armagram. He's a new level 10 wind dragon effect monster with 2900 attack, 2200 defense. Nice and chungussy. You can only use each of the first, second, and third effects of this card once per turn. So 3 hard ones per turn. First effect, you can banish 2 dragon and or winged beast monsters from your graveyard to special summon this card from your hand or graveyard. Okay, nice. Pretty easy summoning condition. I mean, kind of just Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, but even a little more generic because it's dragons and wing beasts, so even that could be nice, and just like other strategies. Second effect, you can target one face-up monster on the field, negate its effects, and if you do, it loses 1000 attack for each equipped card you control. That's another effect that, like, that one's okay. I mean, I still think that's a fine effect. It like baits a negate, but it's fine. I mean, you're 2900 if you're summoning him. Like, a lot of times you're summoning him into a board. When you activate that effect, it's getting negated. Your opponent's just like, no, you're not negating me. But also this guy, because of his first effect, is summoning conditions. He could just be that card that you save like as the last card in your hand, and then you just drop him at the end of baiting everything out, and then you're just like, bah. I'll negate something, make it really weak, and then just bah. Could work, honestly. And then the third effect, when an opponent's monster is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can equip it to this card. Again, just making its second effect a little bit better, as well as the fact that I believe some of the Dragunity stuff has synergy with some of the, like, once you have a monster equipped, which is pretty cool. So I'm into it. I'm into it. And it also just keeps your opponent's stuff out of the grave, which is pretty cool as well. So I'm into it. I mean, imagine beating over like a Golden Lord, just equipping it. Not the worst thing, right? So I'll take it. I think it's a pretty cool card there. Next up, we have a new boss monster, a new synchro called Dragunity Knight Ared Bear. He's a wind level 10 dragon synchro effect monster with 3300 attack, 3200 defense. Nice and big. This thing is huge. His requirements are 1 Dragunity tuner plus 1 or more non-tuners. So you just need that Dragunity tuner, and you can use all 3 of his effects once per turn each. First effect, when an opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you can banish 1 Dragunity monster from your graveyard, negate the activation, and if you do, banish that monster. Very nice. Very nice. I mean, it's literally just like Macabre, but you banish from grave, you don't have to lose resources in hand, which is pretty cool. I love the banish effect, though. Negating and banishing, very, very strong. Very good versus, I guess, stuff like Golden Lord, I don't know, Block Dragon, stuff like that right now. Second effect, if this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle after damage calculation, you can banish that opponent's monster. Again, specifically versus Eldritch, just beating over a Golden Lord and banishing it, gone. Don't have to worry about that anymore. And it churns them one step closer to just not even having a win condition anymore. Great. I think it's just like a nice bonus effect. It's not crazy, but it's nice to have. And the third effect, if this synchro summoned card is destroyed by an opponent's card, I believe that means battle or card effect, you can destroy all spell and traps your opponent controls. Also really nice. I mean, it kind of just scares your opponent away from outing him via destruction if they are playing a spell and trap based strategy. So it limits the way they want to out him. Again, it's not the craziest effect. It's kind of situational. In fact, it's very situational, but I still think like it's nice. It's just a little icing on the cake, because honestly this card could have just had its first effect and still probably like could have been playable in Dragunities, but the second and third effects are just icing on the cake, cherry on top. We'll take it, right? Pretty cool card. I'm not exactly sure how the levels line up for Dragunities to make a level 10 synchro, but obviously they can make it. I just don't know how like easy it is, right? If you have to put too many resources into him, maybe he's not worth. But if he's not too hard to get into resource wise, then I definitely think he's a worthwhile monster to play. And then we get up to our new spell here. This is the last card of the new Dragunity cards for today. We've got Dragunity Glow. This is a normal spell. You can only activate the first and second effects of this card once per turn. First effect, add 1 level 5 or higher Dragunity monster from your deck to your hand. Interesting. You don't say. Second effect, you could banish this card from your graveyard, then target 1 monster card in your spell and trap zone that is equipped to a Dragunity monster and special summon it in defense position. Now this is really clean. These are both once per turns, but not you can activate them both in the same turn, which is really cool because I think the idea here is you could use this card to search your big boy. When he beats over a monster, you can equip it to this card, and then you can just banish this card to special that monster. So some pretty cool things going on there. I'm trying to think if there's anything like overly great right now that would be good for. I mean, I guess if you just like beat over an Arclight, you could just revive an Arclight or something like that. I mean, unfortunately, a lot of the negates people are putting up now are monsters that are negates, like represent negates on field, or something like Borlode Savage. So with this effect, you wouldn't get the equip with Savage, or like Arclight's usually tributing itself to like negate something prior to you beating over it. So like that might not ever get a chance to like happen with Arclight. Or stuff like Dawn Dragster. I'm just trying to think of stuff like that. But still, worst case scenario, you do get to just steal a beater and then just like summon it to your field, and then it's just another big body for your field, or another body for specific link plays or synchro plays potentially. So I think that's pretty cool. I think it's a nice card. I mean, it just searches him. I'm not exactly sure exactly what other level 5 or higher Dragunity monsters are like really good at the moment, but we'll take it. I mean, I think this is a good search card. Assuming they have other utility targets, this card could be really, really nice. And then there's one other card I wanted to highlight here. We have one more Jinzo card. Yeah, it's Psychic Wave. It's another quick play spell because, of course, Jinzo decks cannot play traps. Your whole deck is predicated on dominating traps and not allowing them to work. You can only use the second effect of this card once per turn. First effect, if you control a machine monster, send a Jinzo from your hand or deck to the graveyard to inflict 600 damage to your opponent. Okay. The damage isn't that relevant. In time, or if you get in a very, very specific game where you get your opponent very, very low and this is the finishing blow, great. I think that's cool, but it won't come up often. But it does, I guess, foolish a Jinzo. Unfortunately, none of the Jinzos have like great synergy in graveyard. So that's like kind of weird too, but okay. And the second effect, during your main phase, if this card is in your graveyard except the turn that it was sent there, you can banish this card, then target a machine in your graveyard, send a Jinzo from your deck to the graveyard, and if you do, add the targeted monster to your hand. Now this is just such a bummer. Like if this card said, if the first and second effects weren't, or if the second effect said, except the turn it was sent there, so if you could activate both of these in the same turn, you'd be able to like foolish a Jinzo, burn for 600, and then just like add a Jinzo card, and it'd literally just be like another searcher essentially, but you also get a bonus foolish. So you'd be like foolish 1, add 1. We know how good that is. I mean, it's like literally like the Tenyi card that we have, the one Tenyi card that just like foolishes a worm and then adds a Tenyi. Really solid. But unfortunately, this card is just way too slow. I don't think this card will ever be playable in Jinzos, unfortunately, unless I'm just like missing something where there's like a really good interaction with like having their monsters in the grave. I really don't see this card being too important there. But yeah, those are just my thoughts. Unfortunately, I think some of the Jinzo stuff is helpful. They got some nice search cards. They got a couple of nice like utility and just like power cards. But man, I just think they also had like next to those good cards for the strategy, they also got like 3 or 4 just like, are these cards even playable kind of cards? Like, come on, man. Could have done better than that, Konami. Some of these cards are just brutally bad. So that's just my opinion here. Let me know, of course. Like, I'm no Dragunity specialist, so let me know your thoughts down on the Dragunity stuff here. Let me know if there's like anything specific interaction-wise with like what the deck already has and like how good these cards can or will be. Really excited to see what the rest of this deck has. I mean, I've already seen like combo videos with Dragunity's already able to do like cool combo things, which is pretty cool, and this stuff will only go to help that. So I'm excited to see what happens there. Hope you guys are too. Let me know your thoughts on everything down below, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Peace.